The hidden cost of avoiding sales. Are your coaching dreams at risk? You know how, as coaches and trainers, we always aim to guide our clients towards their fullest potential? Well, let's take a moment to reflect on something incredibly important: the sales side of your solo business. If just the word sales makes you cringe, then you're certainly not alone. But by avoiding it, you can it can have some serious consequences that go beyond just missed opportunities. I'm Sensei Sarah, and in this episode of Sensei Sarah's Incredible Insights, we're going to dive into the impact of those consequences and that they can have on your business so you can easily avoid them and attract more prospects, turn more of those prospects into paying clients, and earn more money from each of them. So imagine for a moment how you felt when you first started your journey as a coach or trainer. You had that fire in your belly to help others make a difference. It's awesome, isn't it? Now picture that same passion dimming because you're uncomfortable with selling. When you shy away from promoting your products or services, it's like a cloud covering that initial spark. And that decreased confidence seeps in, which makes it hard to shout from the rooftops about the amazing value you provide. And the problem with that is that it's a vicious circle. The less confident you are, the less you promote yourself, and the less you promote yourself, the fewer sales you make, which drives your confidence even lower. Now, speaking of value, effectively communicating what you offer is crucial. But if you're uneasy with sales, this can feel a bit like speaking a foreign language. Your services can transform lives, but conveying that to potential clients becomes like this huge task. And they might sense your hesitation, and then instead of seeing you as the answer to their needs, they might pass you by. Now, this happened to me a lot when I was treating sports injuries. I couldn't explain what I was doing in a treatment session because a lot of it was based on energy flow, which I was always super conscious about talking about because it kind of sounds a bit woo woo. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Or it sounds ridiculous anyway. If I say, well, I hold your feet and your body starts to unwind its own tightnesses, but that's exactly what happened. I mean, it didn't help that nobody had taught me how to do that either. It was just something that I developed by accident after working with loads of different clients and different techniques. I mean, even my own clients couldn't explain it. They'd say things like, well, I don't know what she does, it just works. But this meant that I struggled to convey how different I was to other therapists. So many people would just assume that they knew what my treatment was and dismiss it because they'd probably had, physical therapy or physiotherapy before and it didn't work for them. So let's talk about those growth opportunities. Now, fear of selling can create a barrier, holding you back from expanding your horizons. It's like standing on the edge of a world of potential, but being too afraid to take that first step. Now, every time you hesitate, you miss out on potential clients who are actually eagerly waiting for exactly what you're offering. And whether you believe it or not, they are out there. And that's not to mention the weight of stress and anxiety that comes with financial instability. And constantly worrying about your business's bottom line can be utterly exhausting. And it disrupts your peace of mind, affects every decision you make. I mean, I remember when I took the leap of moving away from hands-on treatment to take my business fully online. And honestly, the fear of making those sales kept me up at night. And it wasn't until I figured out how to get comfortable with selling that I found my stride. I mean, I'd never had to do much selling before. My business was largely based on word of mouth advertising and referrals. And I can tell you, it was a shock that took me quite a long time to work my way through. And then there's the relationship aspect. Authenticity matters so much in our field. And when sales interactions feel forced or insincere, it can strain those budding client relationships because people sense authenticity and they're drawn to it. And those genuine connections can be the difference between a long-time client and a one-time one. And that's not just that, but if your sales techniques aren't genuinely who you are, then you'll attract the wrong type of client because they'll be expecting you to behave the way you were in the sales process. And if that's not your normal personality, you'll struggle to connect with the clients that you do attract. Now, think about your business goals for a moment. Reluctance to pursue sales activity means those goals remain just out of reach. And that can be so frustrating. And each neglected sales activity, be it lead generation or follow ups, translates directly into lost revenue. It's like tending a garden. Without planting seeds and nurturing growth, there is no harvest. Now, I know nothing about gardening. My other half is a gardener and he will tell you that. But I do know that if you don't plant the seeds, then you can't grow anything. So, financial uncertainty also limits your ability to invest in professional development or resources that could propel your business forward. And the isolation and overwhelm that comes with solo business ownership are only magnified without a strong sales strategy. It really does feel like you're paddling upstream without a paddle. But ultimately, remember that your ability to create a lasting impact hinges on selling your services effectively. Your clients need what you're offering, but if they don't understand it or can't find you, then they miss out on the transformation that you can provide. So, what can you do about it? Now, most trainers and coaches make the mistake of searching for a sales strategy that feels true to them. But the reality is that none of those strategies will work until you get comfortable with the whole idea of selling in the first place. And that comfort doesn't come from the latest and greatest technique. It comes from inside you. Now, I've been in business online long enough to have seen and heard a wide variety of sales techniques, all promising to be the thing that solves your lead generation or sales problems. But not one of the people teaching these processes help you to get over your personal discomfort with selling in the first place. They just tell you to get over it or power through, which does not work. Believe me, I have tried. And that's why I'm running a workshop on Thursday where I will walk you through in real time how to get comfortable selling your products and services in 2 hours without sleazy sales tactics using my simple 5-step method. By the end of the workshop, you will walk away with a deep understanding of why people should hire you, the confidence to charge what you're really worth, and the critical elements needed to actually enjoy selling your services. So, if you want to attract more prospects, turn more of those prospects into paying clients, and earn more money from each one, then you should definitely come and join us on the workshop. If that's you, just simply comment the word workshop below and I'll send you all the details. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'm Sensei Sarah and I'll look forward to seeing you on the workshop. Oh, and if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a like or a share and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll see